Everyone quotes Stoicism. Almost nobody can actually define it. Ask 10 people what Stoicism means, and most will say something like not caring or hiding your emotions. That is not Stoicism. That is just being numb, and the actual philosophy has almost nothing to do with it. Here's what Stoicism actually is, the real definition, in 5 minutes, no quote cards. Stoicism began around 300 BCE in Athens, founded by a merchant named Zeno after he lost everything in a shipwreck and wandered into a philosophy lecture with nothing left to lose. He started teaching under a public colonnade, a painted porch called the Stoa, open to anyone who wanted to listen. That porch is where the name comes from. 3 men later carried it furthest. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor. Epictetus, a man born enslaved. Seneca, a statesman who was eventually ordered to end his own life. 3 completely different lives, arriving at the same conclusions. Strip away everything else, and Stoicism comes down to one distinction. Some things are up to you, some things are not. Your judgments, your effort, your choices, how you respond to what happens, these are entirely yours. Other people's opinions, the outcome of an exam you already studied for, the weather, a diagnosis, these are not yours to control, no matter how hard you grip them. The Stoics called this the dichotomy of control, and almost every piece of Stoic advice that exists is some version of this same idea applied to a different situation. Not stop caring. Stop wasting energy on what was never yours to control in the first place, so you can spend that same energy on what is. That is the entire philosophy in one sentence. Everything else is application. The Stoics made one more claim that still surprises people. Wealth, health, and reputation are not good or bad in themselves. They called them indifference, nice to have, but not what makes a life good. The only real good was virtue, and virtue broke into 4 parts. Wisdom, seeing clearly without lying to yourself. Courage, acting rightly even when it costs you. Justice, treating people the way their humanity actually deserves. Temperance, mastering your own appetites instead of being run by them. Everything else, money, status, comfort, is just material to practice those 4 things on. 2 Stoic habits escaped the philosophy entirely and now show up everywhere without credit. Memento mori, remember you will die. Not depressing, clarifying. If time is finite, stop spending today on what does not matter. Amor fati, love your fate. Not passive resignation, a discipline. Meet whatever happens, the win or the loss, without wasting energy wishing it were different than it already is, because wishing changes nothing except how much it hurts. Marcus Aurelius practiced both nightly, writing private notes to himself that were never meant to be read by anyone else. They survived by accident. You now know them as meditations. None of this stayed ancient. It is running underneath modern therapy, elite sports psychology, and executive coaching, usually without anyone naming where it came from. Cognitive behavioral therapy is built on Epictetus's core claim. It is not events that disturb you, it is your judgment about them. Athletes are trained to separate effort from outcome, which is the dichotomy of control with a different name. None of this is coincidence. A philosophy built to survive plague, exile, and slavery was always going to outlast whatever era claims to have invented it fresh. So the next time someone tells you Stoicism means not feeling anything, you now know better. It means knowing exactly what is yours to control, spending your energy only there, and meeting whatever is left with your eyes open instead of flinching. That is the whole definition. Everything else on this channel is just the application, one idea, one story, one philosopher at a time. If this finally made it click, subscribe. This is the first in a series doing exactly this for every major Stoic idea. And if you want to practice this daily instead of just understanding it once, Becoming Stoic is a free app built for exactly that.